Mississippi led the challenge that finally overturned Roe v. Wade. The state's law limiting abortion was declared unconstitutional by lower courts until the Supreme Court ruled on Friday. Caitlin Huey-Burns is outside of the state's only abortion clinic, where there's now concern that women will lose access to a wide range of essential services. Caitlin, good morning. Tell us more.
Hey, good morning, Lana. Well, this clinic behind me here is known as the Pink House, but of course around the country, this is the place that started it all, that started the overturning of Roe versus Wade, and there's a truck coming here behind us. But what's significant here is that everybody is waiting for the Attorney General to make a confirmation, and then this place is going to be prepared to shut its doors. And what has happened is over the weekend, they actually increased their hours to see as many patients as they could before it has to close for good.
Dorinda Hancock and her volunteer group, the Pink Defenders, spent the weekend as they have for years, escorting women past protesters and into Mississippi's only abortion clinic.
They can block this road because they know those are patients who need access to get right in that driveway.
She says the Defenders will be there until the clinic closes its doors for good.
All we've been through here will always be a part of our lives. The patients that we've seen and that we've been able to give a little comfort to.
But elsewhere, the decision is seen as an answered prayer. It was at the center of Sunday's service at Broadmoor Baptist Church, where the pastor encouraged adoption.
Roe versus Wade was overturned. And I pray, yes, we thank God for that.
Is the state prepared for the consequences?
No, it's not prepared.
Getty Israel founded Sisters in Birth, a nonprofit community health organization serving pregnant women in Jackson.
Mississippi is one of the top 4 states with the highest rate of young women who are uninsured. The same young women who don't have access to reproductive care, namely contraception. And now she's pregnant and she's going to present with risk factors like obesity, pre-hypertension, pre-diabetes. She's more likely to raise that baby in poverty.
In the Mississippi Delta, one of the poorest places in the nation, some counties are without a single obstetrician or pediatrician. Already, expectant mothers either don't have access to medical professionals or must drive hours.
The thing that's going to keep me up at night is the women who will lose their lives because they don't have access to care.
Wakenya Clanton, the director of the Southern Poverty Law Center in Jackson, sees this as a call to action.
We will not back down. The people here, particularly the women here in Mississippi, are primed for this moment.
But in a state with the highest rate of infant mortality, of low birth weight, and of young child poverty, Israel says the federal and local governments need to step up.
And what does it mean for these children?
Well, I see it as a ditch. Put the mother in the ditch. Put a child in the ditch with her. Now add another one and cover it with dirt. That's what we're dealing with.
Now, most of the states around Mississippi are also banning abortion, so women here seeking the procedure will either have to drive long distances or fly long distances as well. And the biggest question now becomes whether the abortion pill by mail is going to be the next front of regulation. Lana?
Caitlin, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland has said that the ruling does not impact the legality of the abortion pill, as you were mentioning. What protections are in place for it, and might that be the next thing that we start seeing legislation against?
Yeah, Lana, that's a great question, and this really is the next focus of this debate. Now, this is medication that is approved by the FDA, so that's why you saw Merrick Garland weigh in and say, look, this is still legal. But it raises some questions about how states might be able to regulate it. What's interesting here, and as we've been reporting at this clinic behind me, is that the abortion medication is usually given by a doctor. A woman that we talked to here said that they also provide that that. Now, with these clinics shutting down and with doctors in these states no longer able to perform abortions, that also renders the, giving medication for the abortion pill would likely render that illegal as well. So the question is, whether women might be prosecuted for ordering the pill by mail. You heard governors over the weekend across the country start to weigh in on this. North Dakota's Kristi Noem said that this is something that they're looking at as well. So this is something to really pay attention to, but it raises a lot of questions because it is a drug approved by the FDA.
You know that some states already have those legislation in place that governs what doctors are able to do. Caitlin, I want to ask you, because while some states have upped anti-abortion legislation, others have increased protection for abortion rights. What are the concerns for people seeking abortions across state lines?
That's right. Well, what we're going to have now, because essentially the Supreme Court decision kicks the decision back to the states, is that you have a whole patchwork of laws across the country. So your access to abortion and care really depends on what state you live in. And as we've been reporting in leading up to this decision, that state legislatures had been passing a flurry of bills to not only ban abortions and kind of institute them once this ruling was decided, but also states like Colorado, California, elsewhere that were moving to shore up protections for abortion. So it really depends on where you live. But the question is whether women might be prosecuted for seeking care across state lines. Now, governors in these states that are banning abortions, many of them have come out and said, look, we don't want to prosecute women, but there will be consequences for doctors. But this is a situation where, here in Mississippi is a really good example of all of the states around here are also banning abortion, so it's not like you can just cross the border. You will have to either get on a plane. The nearest place would likely be Chicago, where they would be available. And for a lot of women here, that's an expensive endeavor. So even if you are able to go to, even if there are states that do have access, getting there is prohibitively expensive.
Caitlin, discussions of abortion rights is also impacting several state primary races for tomorrow. If we isolate Illinois' congressional contest, for example, you have a Democratic candidate, Marie Newman, running for District 6, who shared her personal abortion story at the age of 19. And then on the other side of the aisle, Trump-backed Republican Mary Miller, running for District 15, made this comment over the weekend.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
Her campaign, of course, saying that she didn't mean to say white lives. But, Caitlin, how are abortion rights framing the upcoming races?
Well, Lana, over the weekend, President Biden said that this issue, Roe, will be on the ballot. And Democrats are hoping that this is something that really galvanizes their base of supporters who, as we've been reporting for months, are, face the issue of being kind of a depressed base. A lot of the things that they wanted to do through Congress and through the president just haven't been able to get done. And of course, they're facing headwinds heading into this year's midterm. So they're hoping this is an issue that really galvanizes folks, not only at the federal level, but also at the state level, because here is the perfect example of where state legislatures and your local governments really matter for these types of things. And so that's what they're hoping for. Now, Republicans, of course, have been working for decades to overturn Roe. We've seen them have a very organized efforts, especially when it comes to campaigns. And that's really, Lana, how we got here, quite frankly. Remember covering 2016, where Republicans, traditional Republicans, were reluctant to get behind Donald Trump. They ended up coalescing around him, around the idea that he would be able to nominate conservative Supreme Court justices who would likely overturn Roe. So that has always been a motivating factor for Republicans. The question is whether this could backfire against them and motivate Democrats. We are in the middle of primary season right now, so you're going to see this play out. And it's interesting because there are very few, actually only one Democrat in the House right now who opposes abortion rights, and that's Henry Cuellar in Texas. But otherwise, the party has really moved towards trying to galvanize people around shoring up protections for abortions.
how much state and local races really contribute to this. Caitlin, thanks.